Hello and welcome to Dario's Tabletop. And today we have a sad episode. And today it is the death of the Deathwatch. And I think it's official. I might call this a bit dramatic, this video, but it isn't. The thumbnail will say Deathwatch 2014 to 2024. I think that is what it is. Officially, the Deathwatch probably is no longer an army. Maybe there will be Imperial agents. And as I understand, like bikers, these bikers are now retired. And you might say, okay, Dario, but who plays them? Like, they suck. And I would respond to that. I liked playing bikers. I like these bikes. And yeah. And I also liked Kill Team Cassius. And we'll talk a bit about GW and other systems. Let me put aside my guitar so I can stand better. I will play today my first song of Fire and Ice. And as you can see, we have here definitely old world potential and maybe even Age of Sigmar. But today I'm a bit sad because I was building up my Deathwatch army. These ones look a bit like Mickey Mouse, but here you can see my Deathwatch Terminators that I was kit bashing. Yeah, I mean, looks a bit like Mickey Mouse, but I still loved those guys. And I loved playing the Deathwatch and fielding them. And I also got myself a Redemptor Dreadnought, and I was upgrading my Deathwatch, but I would call them now Space Marines. I was kind of feeling already what was coming, that Deathwatch units weren't really supported or really good. And here my old watch captain, probably late, like from 8th edition and 9th edition. And I think people played Deathwatch a lot and had their fun. But I feel like Games Workshop retired them now. And it feels kind of sad. I don't know if they might return with something else. Some people might say Deathwatch should have never been their own army. Maybe they fit into Imperial agents the best. These look a bit like Mickey Mouse, but still it works. Like, you can say this one is the one with a Cyclone missile launcher. And I played now my Deathwatch veterans or my Deathwatch with the Index, and it wasn't super strong. Maybe it was a bit underpowered, but I was having fun. I was having fun with the Kill Team Cassius, with the Proteus Kill Team, with the Beacon Angelus, with all of its items, and it felt like it was a bit underpowered, but then I started to get the hang of it, like how to play Warhammer 10th edition and how to play Warhammer 10th edition with my Deathwatch. And in the Proteus kill team, I put 4 Terminators, a biker. I did put always this guy in because this guy has 4 wounds, so he could tank a lot. Again, they are not finished painted. I kind of bought in 2017 or 2018, I started collecting Deathwatch, as you can see probably here. I will show you in a second the Watch Captain Artemis. And I had tons of fun of assembling these minis, and some of you will say, yeah, but you can play these still in the Imperial Agents and all of that. But yeah, man, I had a whole army, and now I have just two troop choices and the Watch Captain and Watch Captain Artemis, which I can add to my Space Marine list, like a Vindicator Assassin. And it might work that I just play Space Marines and I add the Watch Captain Artemis, and 2 troops of veterans, and it feels like a Deathwatch army all over. But I don't know. It feels a bit harsh from GW that they just, that it seems to me that they cut the whole line, and we'll see what happens. But I was getting into the hobby again and having tons of fun, winning some games. Well, I didn't win. I had a draw, and then I lost a bunch. But again, as a beginner, in 10th edition, and here my kit bashed Watchmaster. But I was kind of like, the reputation of the Deathwatch when I started playing in 10th edition was like, okay, the Deathwatch, we don't know what they do. And then I had some strong games, and then some games where I got totally crushed, and then I learned. But I was on the rise, like my trajectory was upwards, and the respect of the Deathwatch in my local game group was growing. It was first like, okay, they're strong, okay, they're weak, okay, they're strong, okay, man, what are these abilities? And it was kind of fun. I loved how they played. But I have to say, like, and I was trying out my Vanguard veterans, and I was holding on to the old flavor, to the Firstborns, and of course not painted fully, but I was trying to get an idea what I want to do, and then I built myself, as you can see here. These are my Voidsmen at arms from some Catachan soldiers. And the cool thing is that if Deathwatch will be Imperial agents, that you will need Voidsmen, or that you can field Voidsmen at arms. So I was kind of building maybe the army that is necessary or required with the next update. And I kit bashed myself a Vindicary Assassin right here. I did build myself a couple of heavy Thunderhammers because they were really good. I was using a couple of Plasma guys to test out if I want to buy Hellblasters. And right here, those are my infiltrators. Catachan dudes put on 32mm bases, and I really loved my kit bashing. Like, just look at these, like, infiltrators. Sure, they're not Marines, but they are infiltrators. Like, and yeah. So I'm just enjoying playing the game. This guy lost a magnet right here. This is my commander from the infiltrators. But let me show you up here. And I was then also adding, as you can see here, my beautiful Dren Red Blade. And this guy, okay, this guy looks a bit small, like very, very squatted. But Dren Red Blade looks very, very good for a non-primaries. I mean, the kit is really good. Here you can see the beautiful Deathwatch emblems. Okay, we'll see what happens. This guy, I wasn't fielding this guy for a while because he got kinda outclassed by the Redemptor Dreadnought. A lieutenant back there, some blade guards I kit bashed, and here you can see. I think this guy. Which one? I think this guy is my Inquisitor. So while I was playing the Deathwatch, I was taking a look at, okay, who can hold the backline? What can I add? How can I make it better? And so I started naturally kit bashing an Inquisitor, as you can see, like this crazy guy, some Bretonnian guy holding a bolt gun and just having fun. And then I was kind of putting together a priest. We'll show these off in the next time. So I was kind of drifting towards what has happened now. And here I got also 2 Inquisitorial henchmen. A good friend printed them out. So this is the 4 guys I fielded for the Inquisitorial henchmen. And the rest is pretty much a standard Space Marine force right now. as my eradicators, I played sisters. So who knows? Maybe I had some precognition of what would happen. As you can see, sisters as my eradicators, kit bashing a lot. My Judiciar always fielded that guy. And yeah, while we come here to the topic of Panzers, I have to say, Warlord Games, and listen, this is an important point. Warlord Games is about to release Season 3 or the 3rd edition of the game, as you can see, a Panzer IV right there. And while the new edition is coming up, Warlord Games really communicated, or I have the feeling like Warlord Games really listened to the community. Like, what do you need? And Panzer were kind of overcosted in a lot of people's eyes. I mean, not the Panzer IV probably, but something like the Panther here and the Tiger, and then the Panzer III and the Stuart, like smaller tanks, had tons of shots. And because like the tanks were so expensive and smaller tanks had a lot of shots, the meta shifted to playing Dakar tanks and to just eradicate the infantry. So big tanks were expensive. You played small or light or medium tanks, and you concentrating on mulching infantry. But they really listened. Like there were really some things like this is a motorcycle bike, but there were also on some round plates like MMG, medium machine guns, and nobody was using them because they were overpriced and did too little. So in the new edition, they really listened. And I mean, Games Workshop is around for a long time, and the Deathwatch army, or I think this kit, the Kill Team Cassius kit, where do we have it? I mean, I have the original right here. It could be that it is 10 years old. It could be that this came out really 2014, and for a thing that's out like for a long time. I don't know. I can't find here something. Maybe something like this should be the screenshot. Yeah, I mean, it lasted 10 years, and now they are retiring the line. I am kind of sad, but I also can understand it. Like things are about to change. Also, rules-wise, I think that the Deathwatch was rules-wise a clusterfuck from its inception, because you can see here, right here, my sniper, this one, he's called Billy from the Predator. I sometimes write even under the bases the names. So Billy here was a sniper, so you had a thick stalker pattern bolt gun, and you could kit these guys out with this stalker pattern bolt guns, and everybody had a different profile. You had this guy with an Infernus heavy bolter and the shoulder pads, but just like the army, rules-wise was probably a bit much to play, because sometimes if I play through Kill Team Cassius profile, my enemy is already like, okay, oh man, couldn't you play an army that has just one profile? Like it gets a bit heavy, and it was always the case with the Deathwatch, also with a special issue ammunition. So it was not easy to play, and I think the learning curve was very steep on this. But the idea, the fluff, the love of the miniatures, the things Games Workshop tried to do with this force, it was beautiful. It was truly beautiful that there are dudes from different chapters, Space Marines, as you can see, this guy from the White Scars, here one from the Ultramarines, here one from the Raven Guard, and yeah, it was pretty cool, and I liked it, and we'll see what will happen. If you want to buy paintings from me for some reason, yeah, check out my other channel. I have a channel where I do comics and art and paintings, and as you can see, I'm a complete a complete fan and maniac. And please leave down in the links below. Should I paint this Redemptor Dreadnought in the colors of the Deathwatch, or should I just switch to, I don't know, maybe Ultramarines? I always wanted to paint Ultramarines. I have also some Leviathan Terminators right there in that space. And yeah, maybe I will mix and mash, or should I stay true to my colors and ride or die my Deathwatch till the bitter fucking end. So let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, Karajan forever. See us.